Well, good morning, guys. Welcome to Papaw's place. As always, if this is your first time here, thanks for dropping in. Feel free to drop in anytime you feel, my friend. Guys, it's that time of year again. It's Christmas time. It's a wonderful time of year, but at the same time, it gets pretty stressful sometimes. For the last couple of years, I know I do a little video of trying to help people out on that hard to get Christmas gift. Now I know how that is. Cause me and my wife will say, well, we ain't getting ourselves nothing. We just gonna get for the kids. Well, you know when you say that, then she's gonna go get something, so you feel like you need to get some little something. But it's just, what do you get? Well, I'm the type person, if you gonna get me something, I'd rather you spend $5 on something that I use, even if it's something I work with, if it's one little tool, than to go get me another shirt that's gonna hang in the closet in there with 50 more that I don't never wear, cause I don't go nowhere to wear clean clothes. But anyway, I put together a little list here, and I had in mind, as in for the DIYer, maybe the homesteading people or the country people, or I don't guess you gotta be country to have a shop and work and garden and such like that. Some of these is gonna be for men or women. But what I'm gonna start out with, and this was on my list every year, is drill bits. And the reason this is on my list every year, because if you do much DIY work and use drill bits, you go through a lot of bits, especially nowadays. Now, back in the day, you could go to Walmart and buy some Black & Decker bits, and they was just as good as the highest drill bits they make nowadays. Well, nowadays, even your high dollar bits ain't no good. They'll break like toothpicks. But I'm gonna pop up a picture here, and guys, everything I'm telling you today is gonna be on a link in the description below this video, so you can click right on it. But I'm gonna be popping up pictures and telling you about why I'm choosing these items. Either I got them, had them, have them somewhere and can't find them, or it's something that I think would make a good gift, or I'd like to have myself. So on these drill bits you're looking at here, the reason I say that set would be better than these other sets, you don't want a set that's got 50 different size bits, because the average person ain't using all them odd sizes. But this set you looking at right here, if you look, it's got a whole bunch of different sizes in it, and the ones that's little is the ones you break the most. So you buy a set like this, and then you got several of each ones that's common sizes that you'll use a lot, and when you break them, you got extra ones in the box. Now that's a set of drill bits to me. I buy all these bits here, and you see I got a can right here full of bits. They either dull or they sizes I never use, and the main ones I use I break and run out of all the time. So anyway, drill bits is at the top of the list right there. If your husband, or I ain't gonna say husband nowadays, just cause there's women that does just as much work as men, but if they use drills and drill bits, odds is they could use a set of drill bits. Can't never have too many of them. Now the next one on my list is follows right behind drill bits, and I know y'all can't see these, so I'm gonna pop them up a picture, is these step bits. Now I didn't have these for a long time, but once I finally bought a set of them, y'all can't tell, but the bigger one right there is wore out. A lot of people ain't got these. A lot of people that does DI, they just ain't never got none. But if you'll get your husband a little set of them right there, they'll come in so handy when he starts using them. And guys, that is something that you'll use. You ain't just throwing money away on a shirt that ain't never gonna get wore. So step bits, that's number 2. Third on my list if your loved one that you're trying to buy a gift for, and I said spouse, it ain't got to be your spouse, it may be your son, son-in-law, or whoever. If they ain't got a Dremel tool and a Dremel tool kit, depending on how much you want to spend, you can get the whole set. Or if they got a Dremel tool bits, and kind of like drill bits, you can always get them a set of bits and stuff for their Dremel tool that they already got, because they always gonna need them and always run out, because these wear out, break. That's just the way they are. I got 2 sets in here, and it ain't enough in neither box here to do. This is some of the stuff that if I got that in my stocking, or just for a gift altogether, I'd be happy. Some of them's called Dremel tools, and some of them's called rotary cutters. But again, there'll be a link in the description below this video that I think's got some good holiday sales going on right now. Next up is ratchet wrench. Now, you can buy all kinds of wrenches, but I've had these ratchet wrenches right here for years, and you can buy them by the set. Now I'll pop the pictures up, or you can buy them individually. You can get them in metric, or you can get them in standard. I got a set of both of them. And the other day when I cleaned my shop up and went through my tools, somewhere I have lost my number 10. And number 10 millimeter is one of the main sizes you use nowadays. So a ratchet wrench is something that a lot of people may have wrenches and stuff, but they ain't got no ratchet wrench. And that's something that you can get them and they'll be happy with. Now, next on the list, I ain't actually got one of these. I'll pop up a picture here. It's a universal socket. I've used one of them that was a friend of mine's, and I can see where them will be very handy when you got screws that ain't just overly tight bolts, but you don't know what size it is. You can grab that and run out there, and you ain't got to worry about what size it is. And that's something right there that would make a good Christmas gift. Now this right here is something I just done a video on. Y'all may have watched it. Ain't been a few days ago to the video out. This is a portable solar powered battery charger / maintainer. The reason I call it a maintainer because it don't put out enough to just fastly charge your battery. But this is so handy this time of year when it's cold. Your lawnmowers is sitting out there not getting cranked. Your boats is sitting out there not getting used. You hook one of these up. It's portable. Just hang it facing the south, and the sun is going to put enough charge in that battery to keep that battery charged. And guys, that ain't going to only keep your battery charged. That'll make your battery last for years, to where if you don't keep them charged during this cold weather, your batteries ain't going to last that long. Because they sit out there in cold weather, and it don't take but just a few nights that battery's zapped. And when you realize it and you charge it up and then you leave it again and it's zapped again, you about have to buy a new lawnmower battery every year nowadays. But now this is a portable one here. On my mowing shed out there, I got a permanent one put up, but I use this portable one I just got. You can go back and watch that video. But this is something that a lot of people don't have and don't think about, but it can be very handy and save you money and batteries in the long run. Now we're going to move on toward the outside. Maybe the gardeners or people that likes to work in the yard. This one right here is the Saker brand. And guys, I have used this thing because y'all know I do yard mowing and yard service. And I keep this right here on my lawnmower with me. And when I run by limbs that's hanging and it hits me in the head, I can stop and grab it. It comes with 2 batteries, 20-volt lithium batteries. You out in your yard and you see a limb, it don't matter if it's that big or round. You can run in here and get that and go out there and whack that limb in too. I had a gentleman tell me the other day his wife loves hers. She's always running and getting it and cutting limbs. So this here could be a good female or male gift. I'm gonna get it back in the box here in a moment. But I really enjoyed that little tool right there. That's a 4-inch mini chainsaw. You can get them 4-inch or 6-inch. I think I have one in 6-inch too, but this here's the one I always grab. Take with me. But that would make a great gift for any outdoors person. Now this next one right here, I just had to walk out to the garden to get out of my garden box. It's the garden hori-hori. Now guys, when I seen that, I'm like, I wouldn't use that. That ain't gonna be nothing. But I got gifted this a couple years ago. And I'm gonna tell you, out of all my garden hand tools, I'm gonna say this one gets used more than anything. It's got a serrated edge. It's got a sharp knife edge. It's point. It's cupped in where you can dig with it. And since I got this, I don't hardly use them little hand scoop trowels or whatever you want to call them to dig with no more. I take this right here. I mean, it's stout, it's thick blade, thick handle. You can get down in there and dig even in clay soil. But this is one of the best, most used garden tools I got. And that would make you a great gift for a gardener. I promise you, once they got it and started using it, it would be one of their main little gardening tools. Because you can take that and only need one tool to do what you do with 3 or 4 other tools. That serrated edge right there, I cut. You can about saw a little limb into with it. It's got such good serrated on it. Also, for people that really get into the depth of planting stuff, they need to know how it's even got measurements engraved in the blade here where you can dig the depth of hole you need. That's a good gardening knife right there. A hori-hori, I think's how you pronounce that. Now the next one, of course, I ain't got out here in the shed with me. If you new to gardening, or if you ain't new to gardening, one thing I got into here lately is smoothies. Here's you a couple of smoothie machines. I'll pop a couple of them up here. One's a Hamilton Beach and one's a Ninja. Everything I ever had Ninja was sure enough better than the Hamilton Beach, but the stuff we got this Hamilton Beach is good also. It just depends on how much you would want to spend on one. But guys, you get into gardening, and if you ain't never got into smoothies, what got me into it, I'd froze a lot of my strawberries. I said I'd make some more strawberry jelly this winter when I wasn't doing nothing, and I'm like looking, I'm like, well, we got plenty of strawberry jelly. So I got them frozen strawberries, and I ain't never made no smoothies. So I started making smoothies because you can use your frozen strawberries, your fruit, go out there and get your spinach, your kales. I mean, you can make all kind of good, healthy smoothies, and I ain't talking about trying to make a snow cone that tastes real flavorful. I was making using my kale, my spinach, and cauliflower, and trying to get something where I can get all the vitamins into my body. And that is something that if you were getting into gardening and you ain't never got into smoothies, it's another way to utilize the food that you grow. So I think that would make a good gift. So guys, if I'm counting right, we're on number 10, and this is the one I saved for last. This right here is for you shelves out there that really love to cut and you really love to have a good knife. This here's and I probably pronounced this wrong, Nakano knives, made in Japan, Nakano. This knife was gifted to me, and I'm gonna tell you guys, oh yeah, it's one of the sharpest knives I ever owned. Look at there, I just nicked myself. I've owned a lot of hunting knives in my life, but I have never owned a knife this sharp that stays this sharp. Me and my wife dearly love this knife. We kind of hide it from each other. I don't want her cutting nothing and running this knife, but this is a cutting machine right here. Now what's special about this knife, I'm gonna have a discount code for y'all. You can go to their website because they have different styles of these knives and you can buy them in sets. I don't know what all they got to offer, but if you use the discount code Papaw's Place, and I'll put all this in the link in the description below this video, you use the code Papaw's Place and you'll get a 30% off. But I will tell you guys, that is the sharpest knife I've ever owned in my life. That is a well-made knife too. A very well-made knife. But guys, if you got a shelf in your family and you want to get them a good knife, you ain't gonna go wrong with that one or that brand. But I hope this helps some of you out on the Christmas gifts this year. Like I said, Christmas is a wonderful time, but it gets stressful when you're trying to come up with little gift ideas. And I do this every year. Don't know if anybody utilizes it or if it helps anybody, but I do it every year anyway. I feel like I'm trying to help somebody out there. And I hope I do. And if I do, please give me a thumbs up. Please leave me a comment, good or bad. I need to get my algorithm built up on my YouTube videos again. My algorithm's falling down. And guys, I sure appreciate y'all for helping me. Appreciate y'all for your views. And I hope y'all have a Merry Christmas, a great day, and a blessed week. God bless. See y'all next time.